mental thing than anything. So today or tonight, I was able to do some leg work, not too much, kind of easing back in. Like I don't want anybody to believe by listening to this podcast that I went to the chiropractor based off of the fact that I thought I needed some type of work. Um, I went to the chiropractor as a part of the process, a part of the adjustment, just making changes to my body to make me even better. That's why I went to the chiropractor. And and on top of that, it wasn't one of those situations where I made that decision, man. My wife made the decision for me. She said she had heard me talking about it multiple times. So she gifted it to me. Um, Needless to say, I had to come out of pocket for the next session, which was $60. And like I said on my Instagram, the gag is she want me to come twice a week. That's 120 a week, man. You know, um, at the end of the day, I can't. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I can't afford to give her 120 a week. I can afford to give her 120 a week, but that's going to take away from some of the things I need to do as far as my responsibilities. So 120 a week ain't possible. So right now we're going to start with just once a week, and we're going to try to keep, making sure, because she found, like I said, I don't know if I said in the last podcast, she found a little bit of old man in my lower back. Um, I guess the way the spine is supposed to align, there should be small gaps like about this size in between each portion of your spine, right? From when she showed me the straight up and down version of my back in the spine area, everything was good. She turned to the side. She said, "You're doing well." When you get down to that little lower back area near the buttocks part of your body, um, I'm not going to use all the scientific terms or whatnot. She said and I can tell there was no gappage, or there wasn't enough gappage that she believed that I needed to be able to function at my best as far as my daily life and as far as working out. She said the objective is to correct the issue by coming twice a week. I'm gonna be honest with you. When she told me twice a week, I never heard her say twice a week. When I got to the front to go do my little checkout and set up my next appointment, she said the doctor suggested that you come twice a week. Well, buddy, it'd have been nice if you had told me that. That's neither here nor there. I'm not mad at her. She did it. She doing her job. She getting money. She's a Black woman, man. And like we in this age, man, that women are, we need to empower our women, man, to be the best they can be. So I think that's amazing that she's small like that and she was able to just knock some cracks out of my body, man, which was able to be, it was great. Okay, so moving on to the next topic. Mind your creative mind, man. I think Monday was a kind of sluggish day for me. I don't know why. I can't really tell you what it was, but going into Tuesday, I kind of got an idea what it was. I needed some me time, if that makes sense. And I think in life, sometimes we get so consumed with our daily back and forth or our daily routine that we forget sometimes to stop for a second and check your own mental health. So that's exactly what I did on Tuesday. It was more of a reflection. For the last, my dog Gucci has been dead for 2 years. So for the first time in 2 years, I unraveled his ashes, his nose print, his paw print, and the little card that the little, cremation people gave me. And I had a moment. That was the first moment. I had a moment where, to be honest with you, I think that was the final closure right there, where I was really content with it, where I really, it just, it made more sense to me at that moment. But from that moment, I just had to call out of work. I had to let my boss know, and I had to be honest. Sometimes I think that's the part that us men, and I'm talking about grown men, we don't pay attention. We don't listen to those things, right? And a part of being grown and being positive and being transparent is realizing when you need to take time for yourself and just take a moment. Because I was telling men, and I tell my boys all the time, I think we, us men, real strong-minded men, we are relied on for so much. We're relied to be a comforter, a lover, a father, a boss, and of course to provide. But sometimes you can get so consumed in doing all those things that you don't stop for a second and just think about your mental health and recheck it, remind it. Sometimes it takes a couple hours, man. For some people, it takes a couple days. For me, I just needed a day, man. It was a reset. And I enjoyed it. You feel me? It gave me an opportunity to come up with some neat ideas for my podcast, come up with some neat ideas for my social media, ways to kind of like branch out and make sure people are really seeing this. The right people are seeing this. So that was important. Another thing it made me realize is, man, importance of um just having that day to really scheme, plan, mentally check out to be able to stay checked in. You feel me? All right, man. So here's a new, this came across my news feed, y'all. And for us Versus fans, man, we really love watching Versus. But here's a neat thing, right? I think Versus is doing some things, man, to the marketplace that can kind of potentially be um amazing for just that platform or whatnot. So Versus in the live streaming battle service Thriller, which they just signed their deal with about a month ago, is coming to Peloton. So there's no excuse, man. A lot of people need that extra motivation, that extra kick to get them going. When I say the extra kick, sometimes, man, you find if you don't got that nice mood, that nice music or that nice tune in your ear, you can't really vibe. Man, I've seen the way people get it on the Peloton from videos, from just in person, just from just seeing stuff on YouTube, seeing things on social media. So really, people really take advantage of that Peloton and they really do their thing. So I think that's amazing that Versus can kind of bring their platform to Peloton, man. So here's the thing, right? Peloton Versus will feature the music of two artists during the fitness classes, right? The first of those takes place at 7 p.m. on Monday with songs from Brandy and Monica. So we've already seen the Brandy and Monica battle, right? But there's another audience that I promise you that hasn't seen it, right? They know of these two artists, but they really didn't have opportunity. They didn't want to do it. They didn't catch it on the Instagram when they really was pushing it. See, so now that the Versus has took their platform to Thriller, there's a whole new demographic of people who didn't get that opportunity to really take advantage of seeing that battle. See, so keeping in the spirit of Versus, Peloton is adding a little friendly competition to the mix. Using the Peloton tag system, you will be able to decide whether you're a team versus Brandy or team versus Monica, to determine which artists will be supreme in the catalog. So look, see, in the past situation, you would get on Instagram, you would look through the comments, and people would kind of make their judgment based off of just the comments. People say, man, I think she got this round, I think they got that round, I think they got this round. And then they'll leave it up to the bloggers to get on their little platform and kind of make the decision. So what Peloton is doing is giving it an opportunity, man, so you can actually vote on it, right? See, so that's what I'm saying. I've been following Versus for a while, right? And I've also seen the opportunity where they can grow their platform, because we got to think about it. That platform has grown during the pandemic. Pandemic is about to be over. The world is about to open up. In some cases, the world has opened up. People are outside. People aren't consuming things on social media the way that they were during the pandemic because they were kind of forced to. So you had to find ways to branch out and make more money. So I think this is neat, man. So other matchups between Brandy and Monica will take place March 31st and April 1st. See, you won't be cycling and hitting the treadmill to live rap battles, however. This is more about bringing artists' music to Peloton workouts. So it's not going to be a live battle. You're going to see a lot of team ups, a lot of stuff that you probably already seen, you probably already heard. So if you're a fitness enthusiast and you got your Peloton, man, and you looking at this podcast, man, keep in mind, man, March 31st, which was yesterday, and April 1st today, Peloton has really been grinding, y'all. So keep out look on that. So now, man, we're gonna hit this motivation, man. The motivation for this week, man, to get you through the week, it's just, man, listen to your body, man. I see a lot of times, and I'm gonna use me as an example. Right, when I'm working out, man, one of the things I kind of try to do to make sure I'm doing the right thing is, when in every workout, I don't ever just blast off to it. So if I'm doing chest presses, man, I'm feeling the full range of motion. If I don't feel it, I'm not doing it right in my mind. So you readjust. Same with the squats. I was using seated assisted squats today, man, where I would have a barbell on my back, and then I will go as low as the bench will allow me to go, right? But at that point, right, the balance of the bench and the barbell wasn't aligned properly. So I had felt like I had more weight on one side of my shoulder than the other side of my shoulder. See, but those are the type of conversations you have to have with yourself. It doesn't, and sometimes it can seem crazy. Sometimes it can seem, a little weird, but I think the body is a powerful tool that sometimes we underutilize, if that makes sense. In the same token, man, this week, we had a lot of violence in our city, man, where, a group of females or males decided that they want to go into a neighborhood and they kind of just wanted to shoot up a situation, and they end up taking a mother away from their kids. So now you got 4 kids, man, growing up without a mother. And again, my question would be to that situation: did you stop for a minute and listen to your mind? Sometimes, your mind will tell you things, man, whether it will tell you to do the right thing or tell you to do the wrong thing. But I think in every situation, man, we really have to take a minute, stop for a minute, and really pay attention to the mind. I think the United States doesn't do a great enough job really focusing on mental health. In the same token, I don't think we as humans do enough job of focusing on our mental health. And like I say, I am going to be the poster child, because I can admit and I can be transparent to say that in the past, man, I thought it was a joke. I was afraid. I didn't want any people to know that I was really depressed. I didn't want people to know that I really wasn't, that I was down. I would even go to the point to say I was hiding it from my wife because I wasn't being honest, and I wasn't kind of like letting her know when I wasn't feeling right. I remember a time where I really couldn't get out of bed, y'all. And that's being real. I though had to take this first step, right, and go seek help. So I got a therapist, man. And going through that therapy session really taught me some tools that are important. One of them was being able to recognize when you need to take time for yourself and when you need to stop. Like I say, like I explained early in the podcast, man, we get so consumed sometimes into our life that we don't just stop for a second, man, and really get things together. Folks, even the richest person go through some of the situations we going through. People think being rich is okay, but it's lonely at the top, but it's also lonely at the bottom. So don't get it twisted. Money don't make a person, man. The person make the money. You feel me? So you got to really take a minute, take a second, man, stop for a second and think about you. Understand that mentally you are important, man. And when you focus on your mind, it makes you a better person. Whether you're female or male, man, focus on the mind. It makes you a better person. It allows you to do things like show empathy. It allows you to do things like care. So caring is important, man, because when we care, we're honest, man. When you're transparent, you're real. People can see through the fake, man. But when you are doing the things that you're supposed to do mentally, man, you can check in and check out. So that's man. That's the key, man. Checking in and checking out. So look, this is your motivator. This is your trainer. I want to say happy Easter to everyone. Happy Easter to everyone, man. And I hope everyone has a blessed and safe weekend. I'm out.